Okay, hello, I'm Sarah Vail, and I am going to give you a talk on creating engaging characters through body language, emotion, and inner thoughts. First, to address or to create engaging characters, we need to address some writing mechanics. So this is going to be a real learning lesson. For those of you starting out, to create good fiction, you need to know some basics. A novel's plot is developed scene by scene, chapter by chapter, even if it's pantsered or plotted. When creating a scene, the author decides which of their characters will be the point of view character for the scene. Point of view means the character or that is narrating the story at that time. So your point of view is narrating the scene, the person, and that is the person that everything will be viewed through. This character is the one relating this part of the story. To accomplish this, the author must decide who they will use as the narrator. And then also they need to decide how they're going to describe that. Will it be a first person narrative, a third person, which is he and she, or omniscient, which is a storyteller that views the action and interactions of the characters, but doesn't really participate in the scene. Most commercial fiction is written in first or third person. This drops the reader right into the action, where omniscient is viewing the scene from the outside looking in. In fiction, readers are looking for engaging characters. They want the main characters that they can relate to, empathize with, and cheer for, and they want villains that they can truly despise. By adding body language, inner thoughts, and emotion to your characters, you can help the reader do just that. Body language. Many of you probably don't know this, but 55% of our communication with each other is through body language. 38% is through tone of voice, and 7% is from the words you actually say. So body language is really, really important. In addition to words, we humans speak to the world through nonverbal communications, through facial expression, gestures, postures, demeanor, tone of voice, inflections, and body movements. We reveal every facet of our personality. The bulk of our communication comes across in our appearance and body language. When you are writing a scene and have chosen your point of view character or narrator, you need to tell your reader about your character's thoughts, feelings, impressions, and reactions through descriptions of body language. When imagining your scene, you need to try to show what your main character is feeling. Describe your character's emotional responses and visceral reactions in the moment. When you do, you create the reader empathy. You give the reader a chance to empathize with that character. So you need to think about what would your character's expression be if they hated the person they were interacting with? What if they loved them? They were teasing them, afraid of them, or happy with them? So all of those kind of things you need to consider when you're writing your scene. Inner thoughts. And this one, when I am reading a book and there are no inner thoughts, it seems like the character is just one-dimensional. You don't have any way to empathize with them or know what they're thinking or anything. So, as human beings, we all have inner thoughts. In every interaction with another person, we are evaluating, perceiving information. Writing these into your manuscript enriches the point of view character for the reader. They get an inside track to the main character's emotions, impressions, and real thoughts about situations they find themselves in. Then the reader is living your story along with your main characters. They are witnessing their story and emphasizing with the characters. If you have ever been told to show, don't tell, including inner thoughts, emotion and body language does that. Resources for finding help in expressing what body language might apply to an emotion, I often refer to the Emotion Thesaurus by Angela Ackerman and Becca Aglassi. It's available on Amazon.com and it's really easy to read. Another resource is the Definitive Book of Body Language by Alan and Barbara Pease. It is an international bestseller and is more in a textbook form. It has many examples of facial expressions, body gestures, and explanations about what the person is saying non-verbally. And now, I'm going to torture you guys. I'm going to read a passage from my book, and then we're going to dissect it. And it's just a short one, so it's not too bad.
Okay.
The background for this scene is after returning a missing boy to his family, our main character, Tim, is hoping to spend some time alone with his wife at the rustic lodge where the FBI agents are spending the night, and he's one of the FBI agents. One of Tim's partners is in Tim's new hotel room, guarding his wife when surveillance devices are found in his old room. Are you staying for dinner, Roxy? Tim lowered his eyebrows and squinted, hoping she'd read his expression and say no. Do you want me to? Roxy asked. Isn't Bergstad waiting for you? He countered with a question. Tim recognized his tone was accusatory. Danny looked up at him, surprised, always gracious. Danny wouldn't want him to be rude. Probably, Roxy retorted. She cocked her head with a sarcastic grin. He'll get over it. Tim laughed. Why do you keep him on the line if you don't like him? Who said I don't like him? Exasperated, Roxy huffed out a breath. You like torturing him, you mean, don't you? He chuckled. She returned an exaggerated pout. Suddenly, Tim felt sorry for Roxy. He remembered what it was like to be in a relationship where he wasn't fully committed. It was a halfway place, almost to love, but guilt and loneliness lingered like a hidden iceberg ready to rip the relationship apart and sink everything that could have been good. It always ended with someone getting badly hurt. He didn't want that for Roxy, and he gripped Danny tighter to his side. He never wanted to go there again. Oops. And now we're going to dissect that scene. So, when Tim asks, are you staying for dinner, Roxy? He lowered his eyebrows and squinted, hoping she would read his expression and say no. By describing lowering his eyebrows and squinting, that's body language. And hoping she'd read his expression and say no is an inner thought. Do you want me to? Roxy asked. Isn't Bergstad waiting for you? He countered with a question. Tim recognizes his tone was accusatory. Danny looked up at him, surprised, always gracious. Danny wouldn't want him to be rude. Tim realizes his tone is accusatory. That's an inner thought. He notices his wife's body language, surprise. He assumes his wife wouldn't want him to be rude, inner thought. Probably, Roxy retorted. She cocked her head with a sarcastic grin. Tim, who is our point of view character, observes Roxy's sarcastic grin, body language. He'll get over it. Tim laughed. Why do you keep him on the line if you don't like him? Who said I don't like him? Exasperated, Roxy huffed out a breath. Tim notices she's exasperated with him by her body language. You like torturing him, you mean, don't you? Tim chuckled. She returned an exaggerated pout. Tim reads Roxy's body language, showing she's pleased with him. She's just not pleased with him by his teasing. Suddenly, Tim felt sorry for Roxy. He remembered what it was like to be in a relationship where he wasn't fully committed. It was a halfway place, almost to love, but guilt and loneliness lingered like a hidden iceberg, ready to rip the relationship apart and sink everything that could be good. It always ended with someone getting badly hurt. He didn't want that for Roxy, and gripped Danny tighter to his side. He never wanted to go there again. That's Tim's inner thoughts showing empathy for Roxy's situation. Now, he's a more sympathetic character. And that's all I have. So if you have any questions, you can ask them. I also have